Today's guest is Adam Scorgie. Here's our job talk with a producer, filmmaker.
Welcome to the Job Talk podcast, where we talk with people who love their jobs. Our guests open up about their challenges, surprises, and secrets to success in their industries. Through conversation, we explore their careers, past work experiences, and the education that got them to where they are now. This is the shortened version from our in-depth conversation. Please visit thejobtalk.com to find the full episode.
And I have a lot of questions about finances with film. I'm not going to ask you how much you make, but I will ask you how you get paid.
I'm very transparent with everything, so I can tell you I don't make as much as like probably a lot of these like guys in the oil industry. That's the most common conversation I have at dinner parties now is that you'll meet a lot of people, especially here in Alberta, Kim and I'm sure that'll have a term I heard from them is the golden handcuffs, right? Where yep. They make great money and they've come accustomed to this lifestyle. Because in Alberta, like thankfully with the energy sector, there's a lot of great jobs, but a lot of guys absolutely hate it. Where they're like, they start having anxiety and nightmares on Sunday, knowing I have to go to work on Monday. I hate it so much. But my family's accustomed to, having an RV and this house and this much income and then they'll be like, do you mind if I ask how much you make? And I was like, not nearly that much, bud. I was like, I have a great job. I truly have my dream job. I get to travel. I get to learn from all different cultures and experience and interview some of the most fascinating people in the world. But I probably won't make as much as you make working in the energy sector. So if money is your goal and that is your primary way of, measuring success, then probably the film industry is not for you.
For sure. Can you talk about a moment when you were experiencing something where you had a feeling of, I can't believe I do this for a living?
That's been happening a lot this last couple of years where it's like, wow, I know most recently, we were just up in Rankin Inlet with Jordan Tutu, right? And I've never been on an experience like that in all my filming. Like we went on a 3.5 hour snowmobile out of town they joke and call them Inuk limousines, but they're like, we call them shakers because you're just back there bouncing, bobbing as you're hitting all the snow and the rocks. With film gear and our team, and we were out on the land with Jordan and his family for 3 days, and they were hunting caribou and we were fishing and we were sleeping on tents on the Arctic tundra, and it was amazing. Like our team was kind of like, wow, dude, like we won the lottery of life. We get to do this for a living. Like even my wife called me and she's like, I don't normally admit this, but I am so jealous that she's like I would love to go on one of those trips just as a life experience, just what it's like to be on the land and fish and do. She's like, and you're doing it and you get paid to do it.
Off the top of your head, throughout your film career, has there been any surprises? And have you ever experienced something that I wish I knew that before I started this journey?
Lots of those. So I wish I learned with my first film that you don't spend your own money to get it unless you're securing against pre-sale licenses, right? That's what I tell all filmmakers now, right? Just don't do. But I say that, but like, I don't know if we would have got a cannabis film greenlit back in the early 2000s when it was so taboo to even talk about it, if we didn't take that risk. So I guess the big surprises that have come up, every project has them in different ways. Sometimes you're dealing with the talent being difficult and you have to learn how to navigate that. And then other ones, it's financial struggles, and then other ones. So there's been many surprises. It's hard for me to put my finger on one. Now at this point, I just take them with a smile and be like, oh, so this is the challenge for this project.
My last question, let's summarize. So I had 2 questions for you. Summarize why you love what you do.
Well, that's easy. There's many reasons to say the one thing, but if I to summarize it is that I get to travel the world and experience new perspectives and cultures all the time, and I change. Me and my whole team, we're moved at times from interviews and from cultural experiences we have. And I think that's kind of what when you talk about the meaning of life, not to get too spiritual, like that's ultimately your mission. It isn't how big your bank account is or your house or what car you drive. It's like, did you fulfill an experience enough that you can give back and do the same? So I get to do that for a living, and where I really witness it when there's a very special moment that always happens is when you're in a theater that's packed for the people coming to see your work, and you see them have an emotional experience from what you put together. There's nothing more emotional than that.
Thank you for tuning in to the Job Talk podcast. For more information, please visit us at thejobtalk.com.